So, a lot of us content creators, whether it was on YouTube, IG, all the major blogs on IG, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. We thought that Karen Huger would be home in maybe 6 months, 7, okay, maybe 9, you know what I'm saying? If they really wanted to teach her a lesson. But that's not the case. That is not the case at all. So what's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel, child. I got a lot to talk about, okay? Make sure everybody bump up the thumbs up, share the video. That's how others find me here on YouTube. Listen, we got some stuff to talk about. Let me put my artwork up, okay? We are talking about Dr. G, child. There's a nasty little rumor going on about him. I'm going to try to help him out a little bit, clean it up. We're going to talk about Miss Karen Huger. You see her in her prison orange, and she got her wig on, okay? Now, a lot of people got to give up their wigs when they go into prison, but not Karen. Karen got it on, okay? Take it up with, the warden, not with me. I don't care. We are also going to talk about Melody, Martell, and Arionne, some shit that Arionne had to say. When I tell y'all that if you want to learn how to make somebody live rent-free in your head, y'all need to take some lessons from Melody Cherie. We're going to talk about all of it, okay? Let me take this down real quick. We're going to start with Karen. Now, I was driving around on these YouTube streets earlier this afternoon today, sometime in the evening, child. I got lost. I'm still discombobulated, if you want to know the truth. I took a left. I didn't know where the hell I was, okay? No street lights, garbage everywhere. I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, I saw this beacon of light. Her name is Ebony K. Williams. I was like, okay, wait a minute. Let me, take a break. I ended up taking a stop because she had some to say, okay? She was popping off over there, giving tea about Karen Huger. Tea that literally shook me. So I was like, if I heard it, you gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, like I said, we all thought, all of us, that Karen Huger would be home in a couple of months for good behavior. You know what I'm saying? And Ebony K. Williams said, get your head out the clouds. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Okay, she said, listen, Karen is number 1 in state prison. Okay, number 2, nobody comes home early from jail. You sit your ass in there and you do your time. Okay, she said, where are y'all getting this stuff? Where are y'all getting this stuff? TV? I'm afraid so. It's TV. But she said, no. Karen Huger will be in jail for all 365 days. Plus, she said there is a chance that she could be in jail for 365 plus 7 additional days if they are, I guess, overwhelmed and they need some additional time to process her out. What? But anyway, she said the reason is, she was like, at the end of the day, nobody leaves state prison early. She said this particular judge really wanted to teach Karen a lesson, wanted to punish her. I told y'all that, the prosecutors actually offered Karen a 6-month jail sentence, or I shouldn't say offered, recommended to the judge. They said, yeah, we'd like for her to go in for 6 months, right? And Karen probably thought, if I did have to go to jail, it shouldn't be for more than 6 months. The judge said, absolutely not. Okay. Karen turned down a plea deal. Plea deal was 60 days in jail, walk scot-free. Well, I guess there would have been some provisions. Maybe she would have to drive with a breathalyzer, blow every, couple of hours or whatever a day, right? There was also an opportunity for her to wear an ankle bracelet for 6 months, right? And so when Karen got sentenced, the judge really said some smart shit to her. He said, you're going to go somewhere where there's no summer connotation, I think is how he put it. But he was basically saying, yeah, you don't get to lay on the beach and do your time. You're going to do it in a jail cell. So the judge gave Karen a year So she has to do that full year, 365 days. And as of today, March 3rd, Karen has already served 5 days in the pokey. Okay, so she got 360 left, plus a possibility of 7 additional days or more. We'll see. Child, anyway, the other thing in regards to the suspended sentence is a I wish a motherfucker would sentence, okay? That stays in the air, floating over Karen's head every time she walks out of her home. And if she was to get into any more trouble, even like jaywalking, if someone puts bracelets on her, takes her into jail, she has to sit in front of a judge. And, depending on that person's day, they will decide, well, Karen, you broke the rules again. We told you not to. So you're going to serve the rest of that suspended sentence. So another 365. All of that is a hot ass mess. There's no way. Mind blown. Okay. So at the end of the day, sometimes we have to, one of the things Karen said, I'll say this. One of the things Karen said when she was on, those 3 videos she did on Real Housewives of Potomac, she said, when I come home, I'm not going to be the grand dame anymore. I'm going to be Karen Huger, right? And a lot of us was trying to figure out, well, okay, well, we like the grand dame or whatever. But sometimes you can live inside that persona, so much so that you don't believe that the consequences of the real world, of your actions, affect you. Like, you don't have consequences for your shit. And it looks like Karen says, I'm going to have to live in reality. I'm going to get this sobering reality inside this pokey, and then I'm gonna have to come home and live in that sobering reality. And that's true. You want to mess your life up? Start living in la la land. Start believing all the hype around you when your actual reality is something different. All of a sudden, you are a hot mess. Okay, a hot mess walking. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about Karen serving all 365 days of that sentence. The other thing that Ebony K. Williams said, she was given a lot, okay? But the other thing that she said was, let me make sure I got this right. Let me look at my notes. I can't find it. Does not matter. Let's talk about Andy Cohen, because he did make a statement on Karen Huger's sentence today on his radio station. So let's hear what he had to say, okay? This is coming from the Jasmine brand. Y'all see it. But he said, I haven't been on since Karen was sentenced, and I don't have much to say. I will say that I am thinking of Karen every day. I'm so sad about this. I am a Karen fan, and drunk driving is no joke. It's so bad. So hearing that this was her 4th situation was tough. He went on to say that I'm not surprised the judge wasn't playing. It's so sad. So yeah, that actually is what, that was the part that I forgot about. What Ebony said, she said that the fact that Karen made it to a 4th time, she said, is shocking. Because typically, depending on the state, your ass get about 2 times. 3rd time, you are gone. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even get a chance to make it to the 2nd. So every state has really harsh drinking and driving laws. And that Karen literally was just not thinking straight. She was offered a plea deal and she didn't take it. So it's unfortunate. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about serving the full 365. There's a chance that, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to wish anything bad on anybody, but she said if Karen can't come home, she said maybe if she could, it would be because of her own health. And there would be a situation where maybe her lawyers can argue to bring her home. But she said if something happened on the outside, Karen is inside with her hand against the glass. She ain't never coming out into that end of that sentence. But y'all talk to me. Let me know what y'all think, and let's move on. Okay, who else are we talking about? Also on RHOP Child, let's talk about TJ. Okay, Stacy Ruch's alleged fake boyfriend, the one she paid. Okay, now y'all know, I told y'all earlier in my RHOP review, if you missed it, please make sure you check it out. But I told y'all that TJ is out here snaking and doing whatever, you know what I'm saying, trying to get people to be interested in his story. And a little earlier today, he got off of a plane, child, and was barely walking down the tarmac before he went live and tried to tease some sort of tea that he has against Stacy. What is going on? Why would you hate, child? Let me put it up here because God only knows. Okay, so let's talk about it. Look, here he is with that face, child. I don't even know. It looks like a howdy doody face. But someone, after he's telling people that he got some tea that's going to feel like an earthquake in regards to Stacy, someone says, "You are going to leave us in suspense." TJ responds, "Listen, I've been keeping this secret all season." TJ, you were barely on the season. What is going on? Okay. And Stacy hasn't done anything except speak highly of you. A friend of TJ said, TJ paid me to leave this comment. So he's making jokes. TJ responds, "Ha ha ha, Chris, don't play me like that. These beautiful people don't know the truth yet." And Chris is still playing into the joke. He said, "Okay, fair enough. I meant he hasn't paid me yet to leave this comment. They can't handle the truth. Love you, brother." Okay, yeah, you're right. We can. Listen, are y'all interested in hearing what TJ has to say? I know someone was in my comments. They said that they believed TJ. In other words, they believe that TJ was paid by Stacy to, I guess, be her fake boyfriend. And they said, listen, not every man is masculine. There are some men who are feminine and they might, go off the rails and do these kind of things. But they, tried to check me a little bit. I put it on my community wall. If you're interested in reading it, please do. Nothing bad, you know what I'm saying? Just someone who's, giving all perspectives, which I appreciate at the end of the day. But I do feel like TJ is a fame whore. I do think that. I think he's a fame whore. I think he's an actor. We know that. I think that maybe he's not, he doesn't have a lot going on. And he probably wanted to have a bigger participation on the show. I do think that. I think that he probably wanted to have a larger participation with Stacy on this show, and he wasn't received well. So now he's about to, clown and embarrass Stacy even more. So we shall see. Stacy said that she was going to call her lawyer. Child, you better put him on speed dial right now, okay? Let's move on. We're talking about Greg Lunsford, okay? Listen, y'all, there was a nasty rumor over there on the Facebook that said Greg had lost his job, and that is why he tried to kick Quad and King off the show so that him and Sweet Tea can get more of the proportions, more of the money, and have a longer stay on the show. Now, I had to do some digging. I don't know if everybody heard this rumor, but I had to do some digging, child. And the truth is, Greg still has a practice, okay? So Mr. Greg, I guess, was working at a hospital. You have to be credentialed. The hospital always credential their doctors that are on their staff. Greg was doing services there, right? Mental health services at the hospital. And I guess Greg quit. And he mentioned this in a live that he had quit. And a lot of people were concerned for him and Sweet Tea because I think they think Sweet Tea is maybe with child. And if she is, congratulations to her, because I know that this is something that they wanted to grow their family. But long story short, he said he quit, and people just assumed that meant that he was jobless. I did research it. His practice appears to still be open. There was reviews from, as recently as 4 days ago. So it's still an active practice, and he still has an active medical license. You can just, Google that and it'll pop right up for you. But he is still fine. Okay. We don't know if he is moving forward with another season of Married to Medicine. We'll see what happens on the damn reunion. But as of right now, all is good. Child, stop trying to take money out of people's pockets. Now, the other thing that people had shared was Greg had filed charges on King because he is a professional and he didn't want all that bad, whatever happened on the show because it was a violent scene and some other things. Y'all forgot that Greg and Quad had matching his and her mugshots that was talked about on Married to Medicine, and also on the reunion. Greg admitted to DV against Quad. So those are all things that have come out publicly. He shared it with his own mouth, and he is fine. Okay. No one went after his license. That would have to be a thing that Quad would have done. Um, and nobody did. Okay. He's fine. He's as human as everybody else. Okay. He didn't do anything that would have been considered malpractice against his patients. So sometimes we get upset or we carry these stories, child, and they're not true. So just wanted to correct that and give y'all some real tea. Okay. So let's move on. Let's talk about this couple, right? Couple. Ooh. Retract. Let's talk about Melody and Martell. Okay. We know they are divorced. This is a picture that came from the finale episode at the Fletcher's wedding, child. Melody's looking one way. Martell's staring down at her like a creep. Anyway, listen, I was over there at Anthony's channel. That's how Giving You the Real Tea pronounces it or says it, Anthony Lofty's. And he had a video or audio on Arionne. Okay. Arionne is still talking too damn much to everybody, but he had this audio on Arionne, and all I have to say, I guess this was taped back in 2024 sometime, and this could have been because I remember there was conversations about meeting Nell Fletcher at that polo event. So it's not that long ago, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, lessons on how to make someone live rent-free in your head. Okay. That should be where we are right now. I'm about to play a little clip of audio where you get to hear Arionne say that Martell let Melody trump him and her. Okay. And she is pissed. Okay. So check this out.
Martell just don't get it. That's why Melody trumping him and me. I got to distance myself.
So did y'all hear it? I had to slow it down just a little bit because she speaks so fast. But she said, Martell just don't get it. Hold on. Martell just don't get it. Melody trumping him and me. I got to distance myself. Okay, one more time.
Martell just don't get it. That's why Melody trumping him and me. I got to distance myself.
That's why Melody trumping him and me. Okay. So one of the things that I had to do, because there were some other clips that was played that I listened to, and I ended up going back to season 1 because one of the things the girl said was I couldn't watch the show when it first came out because she said I didn't know what was real and what was fake. The show was playing with her mind, right? So I actually ended up going back to the show. I pulled some clips that I have put in my IG page in the stories. Y'all need to go watch them because when I tell you, Melody 1000% was getting her motherfucking lick back. I mean it. Which, most of y'all should know anyway, but she definitely was. Okay. That's number one. There's some scenes in the first episode, season 1, episode 1, where you can just tell that there was 2 conversations going on. One to us, the audience, the fans, and one to her, to Arionne. Okay. There was one thing that I did also see. Look, hindsight is 2020 for real. Listen, they're right up front, probably within the first 10, 15 minutes, Melody and Martell have a conversation where Melody says, we were definitely that example couple. And that's past tense, right? We were definitely that example couple. She was saying a model couple, the couple that everybody wanted to be. We had people would see us and they would want to be us. They wanted to be who we were in business. They wanted to, they always talked about us having beautiful children. Listen, it is actually interesting. It's more interesting now than it was before. But anyway, I have the full audio clip so y'all can see that part. And I need y'all to see how Melody was looking at in the camera, and when she threw her finger up and said, "I got a ring on it," the whole nine. So y'all check all of that out, okay? I'm going to continue to be pulling some of these clips or listening to certain things and bringing it back because, like I said, hindsight is 2020. Whether you like it or not, LAMH is the gift that keeps on giving. It simply is, okay? Y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about all of the stories that I told y'all today. Make sure that you are following me over there on IG. Check my IG stories because that's where I'm going to put, I think, 2 or 3 clips, okay? Also, check my community wall. Hit the like button, share the video. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I will check you on the next one.